Hey folks, welcome back to the interview. This is Peter Catalano. All right, we are in the beginning of February here in Houston Marketplace, and we brought back to the interview. She was gracious enough to and had enough time to come back to Michelle Briggs. She is a realtor. If you want to know more about Michelle, because we're not going to get a lot of details today, watch the previous video. She does a great explanation on the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor, the professionalism. She's got a really cute dog. She posts everywhere. You can't see a post with her without that little cute little just munchkin. It's awesome. But that's a previous video. Now we're coming into February, heart. Right. We got the Valentine's coming up, and I know my wife's #1 Valentine's list is a house, and that would be awesome to be able to give. But 2 weeks out to get that house is going to be tough because of this market still. So Michelle, welcome back. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again, Peter. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to share.
This market. What is up with this market other than housing prices?
I know.
Inventory.
I know. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to partner with you in your path. You know what? It's February. It is the cycle of real estate. And right now it's down. The market has slowed down. And I mean, it's the cycle right now. Building construction's down, listings are down. We know that winters is upon us, and we're going to see an increase, of course, as we go into the spring.
Now let's look at that, because normally what I've seen as a financial advisor historically is, February, March, April, people are starting to think about the new school districts, the typical reason I hear people move. You and I were talking recently, like 10 minutes ago, and you said already you're starting to see multiple offers on places. What?
Yes, I don't want to scare anyone. Now, yes, we are at about 2 months of inventory. Harris County, some areas are less than that. Some areas are more than that. It does depend on the area of Houston when you're looking at months of inventory on market today. We are already seeing, yes, contracts that are being submitted, offers that are being made over list price. I don't want to scare anyone. We don't want to, oh my gosh, 30,000 over asking, 20,000 over asking. Was happening last summer. We don't want to get into that again. And we're finding that buyers that maybe did not have the opportunity to purchase last summer, waited till after the holidays, getting back into the market, they're becoming, they just want the house. What is it going to take? So it's going to be part of who we are as realtors
I really appreciate your desire to calm things down and put the heavy blanket on us and make us feel good. I love that about you. But let's take the other side of the coin for a minute here.
Sure.
Okay. Sellers. I mean, now buyers, we don't want to go 20, 30 grand over. I get it, and by the way, folks, it goes without saying, if you're going to look at picking up a house right now, get all your ducks in an order, get your financing, and not just a pre-approval letter that says, yes, my credit score is good. Michelle and I work with a guy who will pre-approve you doing full underwriting in advance. So when Michelle brings that offer in, you have the confidence of knowing it's a full pre-approval, not just, oh, my credit score is great, and then they look at you and falls out of it, which happens all the time. Okay, so we all know that should be done. Talk to Michelle about how to make sure that's done. But Michelle,
yes, sellers,
isn't this a great time for a seller to get something on there? I mean, I love the buyers,
yes,
but come on, people.
Yes, it is right? A perfect time if you are looking at possibly selling your home. Maybe you feel like you missed the mark last summer, and am I going to get what I was hearing people were getting last year? The market is not going down, and what I'm saying is, maybe, for example, home was listed, 100,000, sold at 130. It'll never see that 100,000 again. It's going to stay around that 130 mark just because of our market. Harris County does a great job. We're not creating, in my opinion, we're not creating a bubble for ourselves. Foreclosure market years ago, we were one of the first counties to we were one of the last counties to go into the big foreclosure boom, and then we were one of the first ones to get out. Harris County does a great job in not creating that for us. If you are looking to buy, get your pre-approval now. If you're just thinking about what is my home worth, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. A conversation is not a commitment. It's to educate you on what's so in the market today.
You know what? Let me interrupt you there and on that topic. So I see a lot of people going to the internet, looking at particular websites that like to give home values, and they look at that website, which I tend to find is overinflated, and they come back with a, well, my house should be worth, X. Okay. Um, what do you bring to the table to help really get a good value for that home? Is it just that site that begins with a Z, or are you bringing like local comps? I mean, come on, let's get real.
Right. So inside of our multiple listing system that HAR provides for us, we have the number one, I believe that we are the number one nationwide MLS system for realtors. And that is our platform where we run comparative market analysis. And we can look back we can look at 30 days, 60 days, 365 days of what's going on within that market. We take the property address, we can do subdivision, zip code, a 3-mile radius around the property, what's been sold, what is currently active, what is coming soon. And it gives us what the current average, median, and sales price per square foot. So we know what's going on in the market. Now we have a little catching up to do from last summer, and we're pretty much there. I say catching up, we're pretty much there. However, we have the means to really pinpoint it, to give a professional opinion. At the end of the day, it's the individual that ultimately decides what they want to list their home for.
Sure.
We provide the information. We let them know. We give our professional opinions on marketing, positioning yourself in the market, on what's currently active, what's going on around you, as well as average price per square foot.
Well, and so that's much more detail and much more accurate pricing than what you may see on the Z site or some of the other ones out there. Not that they're bad sites, it's just, please be advised that once you drill it down.
Let me put this out really quick. I apologize, Peter, for interrupting you. I just want everyone to be clear that Texas, look, I'm not a real estate attorney, and I know that Texas is a non-disclosure state. So no matter what you buy a home for, if someone sends you what it looks like an official letter, you get a knock on the door, which will never happen. I'm just saying, I don't care who it is. If anyone asks you how much you bought your home for, you are not required to tell anyone. So when you get the Z sites and things like that, because we're a non-disclosure state, they don't have accurate information to really provide those estimated values. They can go public record with HCAD, Harris County, Polk County, Fort Bend County. That is a public record. However, majority of the properties that are out there, everyone really fights to keep that number way under, right? Because that's what they base the property tax off.
Right. That's an excellent point.
Yeah, it's not, we're a non-disclosure state, so they don't have the information to really provide that.
Right. So take those numbers with a grain of salt, meet with you, get the real comps, get that real price per square foot. And then let's talk briefly as well. Look, folks, make your place look good. Because even though this market's great and people may be asking over it, doesn't give, I don't think, doesn't give us license to, not clean the house or stage the house. I'm a big fan of housing stages, even in this great marketplace. And now that's my opinion on it. And I'm not a professional real estate agent. And that's why we're talking to you. Talk to me a little bit about that. Can somebody who's in this rising market, leave the trash on the floor when somebody's looking at the house?
Depends on the price point. No kidding.
Good point. Good point. You're right. Good point.
Depends on the price point. Depends on what you're looking for.
$100,000, leave the dog crap all over the house.
Right. Well, whatever.
Come on.
look, we have investors out there that want to see as much trash as possible on the floor because it helps them get put in a lower bid, right? You know, and thank you for coming out to my listing at 2019 Cranston and taking a look at the property.
Yeah, you bet.
And
Beautiful, beautiful 5-bedroom home up there. I'm walking through that house going, my wife and I would love this. That backyard is huge.
yes, it's over 33,000 square feet. I love it.
I know,
So,
metal roof. I'm like, metal roof. What? This is awesome. Anyways, please.
yes. So when it comes to staging and getting your home ready, there's a list of things. As a listing agent, there's over 150 things that we do with you and listing and supporting you in the success of the sale of your home, right? So part of that, it may be staging. Not all homes get staged. Again, it has to do with price point. You know, the 2019 Cranston is a $1.5 million property. The owners moved out, it was vacant. And it goes like you hear all the time, you don't need staging. You want to leave it vacant so the buyers can visualize how they see everything. And you have others that are like, no, stage it, get some new photos, it's going to be beautiful. And, you know, it just changes the whole space. And I do believe that. And it depends on the price point. Not every property gets staged. Most people stay in their homes throughout the sale process. So we just want to make sure that everything is pristine and beds are made, you know, personal pictures are down through that process of showing.
Well, and I'll say this as a consumer, and I walk a lot of homes. I don't know, it's the thing I just enjoy doing. I mean, they're open Sundays, you know, what the heck, do the open houses, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking beyond just, I'm looking and if I have to look past the dirt, then I don't really want to look. I mean, it just triggers me somehow. It's like, really, you know, you can't mop the floor, right? Now, where does my mind go with that? My mind goes with, well, if they're not willing to mop the floor, let's talk to them on price. And there's something that sits in my head when I see it well done, when I see it cleaned, when I see it even staged, when I see, as you said, the personal photos down, clean, crisp, you know, then I'm like, this person's taking care of this place. I might have a little bit more of a struggle negotiating with them. That's what's in my head. Now, maybe I'm weird that way, but
that is a personal preference. I mean, it really is. Some people don't see, I mean, some people look past that. They just see the bones, the structure, they can
my wife does,
visualize
yeah.
what it looks like. And we have other personalities that do. When they see one little scratch that's on something, they're done. I mean, I've had a client that literally, we opened the door, she walked in, did this, and this is not it. And she walked right out the back door. I mean, she right back out the door. So it's everyone's, you know, it's everyone's different. And in that regard, yes, you want it clean, you want it pristine, you want them to be able to just feel like they can negotiate the contract and move in, not have to do anything else. However, you know, there's, you know, it's when it's not a brand new construction, you know, there's showings and people come in. We walked in and there was footprints all over the floor. What is that about? And why didn't the realtor that was showing it, why didn't they manage that? They just left it that way. So everyone that looked at it during that day, because I don't, and I'm telling you, not a realtor out there after every showing goes to their properties to look and make sure it's perfect again. They don't. So that day, you know, we've had a couple of showings after that, and you know, here we got mud. I had no idea. So you just don't know.
Right.
Exactly what's going on.
Well, that's one of the things that, and we're coming up on time here again, but that's one of the things to give you accolades, to give you some praise on. Your attention to detail is there. You got a good eye. We both come from some training that trains us in attention to detail, but it's that level of attention to detail, that level of integrity that you bring to the table that takes it up another notch. You know, there's a lot of people right now looking to get their real estate license. A lot of people have their real estate license. If you look at HAR and look at the number of real estate agents out there, there's a very small percentage who are actually closing deals and actually successful, especially during the downtimes. And you bring that expertise to the table. I think people need to really see that. And so that's I'll accept a free lunch, by the way, for saying that. No, I'm just kidding, folks.
Right, that worked.
You know, that's right. But that's what you bring to the table. I thank you for that. Final pit before we move on and we have to cancel this. Last tidbit from you. What I really want to share is
when you are looking to hire a realtor to list your home, interview a few, have a conversation, find out who they truly are. Because at the end of the day, when you have a realtor like me that has the reputation that I have, I love it when I get a phone call and they say, Michelle, I'm really trying to find a buyer for your property because I cannot wait to work with you. That says something. And it is really important that you have someone that does have a level of integrity and that truly understands honoring each other within a transaction. You can still negotiate like nobody's business, and you don't have to be a jerk about it. So have some grace, love each other, negotiate with grace, and honor who we are in the transaction, and really look at their attention to detail.
I love it. Well, folks, if you're thinking about selling that home, clearly call Michelle on it. She's going to give you the right numbers. She's going to do the right research. She's going to tell you straight what needs to be done in that home to get the most value. And in this market, you might as well maximize the value. And I'll tell you, it's the little things that give great return. And listen to Michelle on it. List your home with her. Michelle, thank you so very much for giving us this update here in February. I wish you the best as the season is opening up.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Pleasure's mine. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care.